What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. I'm the Toy Sheik. If you're new stopping in, you're at the right spot. We do all kinds of comic, toy, and pop culture goodness for you to enjoy. Today we're checking out a local comic book haul that I did pick up from a con we had a year ago. Just sitting in a stack. Before I put them away into their short boxes, I wanted to show them off to you guys. Tell me what you guys think. I did split this video up into 2 parts because I didn't want to make it too long for you. So we're going to check out 7 today and probably 7 next time. Both videos will have a lot of key issues in them, as that is what I was getting that day. Got a lot of great deals and a lot of books in awesome shape. So very excited, as well as showing you off one of the prize pieces I did wind up picking up that day is going to be in here, and there's another one that's going to be in the other video. So stay tuned to figure out what book that's going to be and let me know which one was your favorite. So without further ado, let's check this stack out. Alright, showing off our first book with a little bit of Marvel to start it off. We have Angela Asgard's Assassin issue number 1. This is a whole book. You guys, if you follow the comic videos on the channel, I do love Angela. I have a lot of her books from Image, where she is from. She used to be from Todd McFarlane's Spawn comic book, where she was co-created with Neil Gaiman, who later left, and due to legal issues, Angela is now part of Marvel, as well as being, I believe, in the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline. I think she even might be Thor's sister in some way. Stephanie Hahn's cover on here, pretty old book, 2015. She's had a couple of other storylines where Angela's never really caught on that much, but I've always loved her. There's a couple of covers I do want from the Marvel. I think she looks really cool. She's just an awesome character. I don't really like how the story's gone, but the character design, super awesome. So, awesome book number 1. Got that for a crazy deal. I think it was like $5. So, no big deal. And second, for another Marvel book. This one is one you guys probably remember, especially comics from the 90s that everyone had. Sleepwalker issue number 1, the first appearance of Sleepwalker. A character that really doesn't get that much love, but I think a lot of people really like him. Whenever they had the Marvel Legends figure, who's basically in these color ways, he was definitely snatched up. A character I've always liked the design of as well. I had this issue growing up, sold it in a yard sale, and I've always just wanted issue number 1 again. Like I said, not a huge character, but maybe one day we will get to see. A character I always associate with Spider-Man. He would do cameo over in his book back during this timeline. So newsstand variant, really cool to get this book. Didn't pay that much again for this one, so awesome to bring that home. Alright, these next books are going to be some independent titles. So here we go with our most modern book from this pile, Department of Truth issue number 1, 4th printing. If you guys don't know, the story is an Image title, ongoing, really good story about all the conspiracies that we've known throughout life. The assassination of JFK, Bigfoot, aliens, all of that actually being true. Almost like a Men in Black type story as well. Really cool book. Artwork on the interior matches the cover, which is by Martin Simmons. So pretty crazy looking if you're reading the storyline, but really great book. I do have the first printing of this. The 4th printings, they do tend to be a lot lower in print count, and so sometimes those are worth a little bit of money. Later on, I didn't pay very much for this, and I think there's like 6 printings that I know of. I don't know if they made any more after that, but there's definitely a lot. So really cool. If you have a chance to read this book in trade paperback or just pick it up, you'll probably enjoy it. Story by James Tynion IV, always does a really great job on these type of stories. So next in line, we have this awesome vintage book by one of my favorite artists, Joseph Michael Linsner, and also one of my favorite characters, Dawn. One of the females back in the day that I wasn't allowed to get comics of, my mom said, but I always loved getting any books of hers from this timeline because there were books that were behind the comic book shop and I could not pick up. And artwork on this is a Amazing Heroes issue number 5, swimsuit issue, summer 93. So inside you're going to have a lot of different artists doing the different versions of Dawn, as well as other characters that would have been in the universe, hers as well. I can't remember who made the Dawn comics back then. It's escaping me right now. This one's by Fantagraphics Books. Don't have any more of those. Just this cover because I absolutely love that old school feel by Linsner. Killing it. Nothing special about that. Just a really awesome book from '93. Yeah, buddy. Very excited anytime I can get a Dawn issue. I'm knocking those off the list. Next up from our independents, another power female from the 90s. You guys probably had one of my favorites as well, Witchblade. I love Michael Turner, rest in peace to him. Back in the day, I would definitely follow Witchblade. She was one of my favorites. She was pretty big back then. I have her first issue as well as another few issues here and there. I've gotten rid of most of them, but some of the covers I did wind up keeping. This one being one of them. Absolutely love issue number 4. Back in the day, I used to draw, try to mimic Michael Turner and how he drew his females and his detail work, so it was a really big thing for me. Always wanted this issue, didn't pay only a couple bucks for this one as well, and it was always one of my favorite Witchblade covers. This one's a little bit like warped, just like a hair. It needs a nice little pressing and it'll be nice, but excited to have that issue. Very, very cool. So we're going to jump back over to DC now. Well, not jump back over. We're going to check out DC now since we did Marvel first, and there's a couple of really awesome Batman books in here as well. This one being another pretty big Batman book, especially if you're a Batgirl fan, but this one is the Burnside Batgirl Batgirl issue number 35. Pretty old, back 2014. One of the better storylines for Batgirl for sure during the New 52. There's a lot of good storylines during the New 52. This is a cover I used to always see behind the comic book shop, kind of one that people recognize and whatnot. One I always wanted to pick up. Cameron Stewart cover, but it's got Babs Tarr artwork in the interior. I believe back then she was kind of like newer to the comic sphere or whatnot, but this is her artwork inside, I think, mimics that as well. I haven't opened this one up, but definitely a book I wanted to get off the list. It was really cheap as well, and a nice pickup to add to your Batman collection. As well as this next book, super iconic book for a lot of you guys. I'm definitely sure you're going to recognize it when you see it. There it is, guys. Batman issue 497. Bane breaks Batman's back. You guys remember that from the 90s. That is a big one. Nightfall, part number 11 from a really great Batman storyline as well. Azrael takes up the mantle after this one. So this is part 11 of here. Book that sold ridiculously well. There's a lot of printings as this as well. I know there's a second and third printing, but then they have different color variations with the bat symbol changing on this. This is the newsstand version as well, which was a big deal for me because the direct edition you can have, which a lot of people are familiar with, does have a black half jacket cover, which does take up the artwork a little bit, and I really like to just see that Bane artwork. Man, who is the artist on this one? Old school. Kelly Jones. Kelly Jones cover on here, and just a very iconic book, especially if you're a Batman collector. You gotta have this one. Really great storyline. If you haven't had a chance to read that, you can definitely check out Trades of Nightfall. You will enjoy that. That's when they were killing it with the Batman stories on there. So really, really awesome to pick this book up. So we're down to our last book, and this was one of my favorites of the show. One of a book I searched for a really long time. I got this for a great deal from a guy's personal collection. He had it his whole life, and now I do, and I'm going to take great care of it. Going back to Marvel for an iconic issue. Yes, guys. Wolverine issue number 1 from the miniseries 1980s. Very iconic Frank Miller cover right there. Wolverine's first solo series. A couple other first appearances that are included in this book. But this is a book that's, I mean, even still today, it's behind the comic counters. You always recognize it. One that I never had. It came out before my time, but a book I've always wanted and loved. I don't need too many Wolverine books. This is definitely one of them. Issue number 8 from the ongoing. That's that patch and that gray Gangsta Hawk. Definitely need to pick that up. And of course the iconic Incredible Hulk issue 340, which I will have soon. And I'll be good since I know I'll never have that Incredible Hulk 181 first appearance. But it's okay. Absolutely got this for a steal. It's in really, really great shape. With a slight pressing, this thing is going to have high grade. It was nice to know it came from a personal guy's collection. He had it forever. So let me know if that was the book that you agree with. Maybe a book that you remember. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know of these books, which one was the one that you liked the most. Of course, they're all really good. Keeping all of these books. Very excited to add all of them to the collection. They were covers I wanted for many, many years, especially the Wolverine. Super, super iconic issue. Gotta have that book. Just missing a few, like I said, to be able to complete my Wolverine covers. But this one, definitely be putting this up in the background. So very, very cool on that. Super excited to get any of those key books. They're super grails. You're always excited to knock those off the list. There's so many of them that you're trying to acquire. So thank you guys for tuning in for this episode of comic books. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know, like I said in the comments, which one you liked out of this lot. If you thought that was the best book that I did get. And stay tuned for part 2, as we got a lot of really awesome other key issues to show you guys. Until next time, guys, my name is Mark. I'm the Toy Sheik. Mad love. Geek out. See you guys on the next episode.